Atupele Muluzi has spoken against the dependency on the Tony Blair as someone who can provide economic as well as leadership advice to the government of Malawi. And Atupele has spoken against this. This is happening because Tony Blair was seen having an interface with the President Peter Muntharika and his government. And the people are wondering, why should we depend on Tony Blair to help us? When the same Tony Blair was in Malawi in the previous government providing the same advice. And the problem is, Tony Blair is always paid whenever he visits people to provide advice. Malawians pay for his advice. And here, Atupele Muluzi has spoken against this. And let me just give you what Atupele Muluzi has said. I just want to give you this news from Atupele Muluzi. Atupele Muluzi is saying, this is according to Nyasa Times, Malawi's opposition leader has launched a scathing attack on President Peter Muntharika's decision to court former British Prime Minister Tony Blair for economic help, branding it a rehash of a strategy that has already failed the country once before. Right? That's Atupele Muluzi. Calling it is the same thing that we did previously. It never helped. We relied on the advice of Tony Blair, but it didn't help Malawi. Now, we are doing this again. Are we happy with failing? This is not good. I think Atupele Muluzi here is right by calling it a failed strategy. United Democratic Front leader Atupele Muluzi took to Facebook to unleash his criticism, questioning why the president was turning to the same institute that advised the previous government at the taxpayers' expense with little to show for it. That's true. We are wasting our money paying for something which failed as before, because he was also invited by the previous government to provide help to the government as to what we can do in order to develop, but whatever he provided did not even materialize in this country. So Peter Muntharika is doing the same thing, is repeating it. This is crazy. It means like we are just taking money of the poor people, taxpayers' money, and throwing it away. Because what we are doing with the engagement with the Tony Blair team to help Malawi find the way forward for the economic recovery of the nation, I think this is also an obvious failure, because there's nothing that is going to happen out of it. Blair Institute had already advised Malawi's previous administration, again funded by ordinary Malawians, yet the country was left grappling with soaring debt, crippling foreign exchange shortages, runaway inflation, and rock bottom investor confidence. Right? So, is the problem with the government or the advice itself? Maybe Tony Blair can provide advice which is okay, but the government failing to carry out the advice into implementation. Maybe we don't follow what the advice is all about. That's why maybe we are failing. Sometimes we can blame maybe the Tony Blair, yet he's been doing everything needed to help Malawi recover economically and have a right path to prosperity. But maybe the people who are getting the advice themselves are the problem. In Malawi, we should accept that there's too much corruption. And the same Atupele Muluzi, I remember he said in an interview, there are people in Malawi who don't want this country to be prosperous.
That doesn't want
Maybe
Malawi to change.
Government can get the right advice, but there is a certain group of people that is doing everything to make sure that we don't prosper in this nation. So we have to think about it. Our future will not be built on recycled ideas. It requires fresh thinking, decisive reforms, and leaders willing to make the difficult choices. He wrote. Like, that's Atupele Muluzi. He closed his blistering post with a direct challenge to the president. What challenge? Let's hear it. What did he say to the president, Atupele Muluzi? Okay, here is what he said. Declaring that Malawians were tired of empty promises and wanted concrete outcomes. Malawians deserve results, not another round of costly advice, Muluzi said. That's true. We want results. We want to see things happening in our nation. We want prosperity. We've got minerals. Like Malawi is rich in minerals. We've got resources enough to develop. But what is happening for our resources? Who is eating our money? And those shoddy deals that you're making with the people who are investing in mining. We're not serious in this country. It's better to chase away an investor who wants to leave us. It's better to chase away than accepting him, because we will continue to suffer if we allow the scrupulous business people investing in this country who want just to benefit themselves at the expense of Malawians. Let's build our nation to develop it. It's a time now we build this nation.